We also glue these in case you were wondering. We don't just leave them loose like this in these holes. They fit pretty good, but those get glue, and that will stick them there for good. This plate seems to be maybe a little twisted, because these are very low over here. These are almost flush with the face, and they go up over there, like these ones. You can see they're higher. It makes it a little annoying to put these back. These are all, we have all these measurements written down. It's not too difficult. It takes some time though. So next time you see this, all of those should be in, and maybe we'll be putting the plate in to see how it fits. Working on the treble cap now, or the soundboard where the treble cap goes. Reshaping this, making sure this fits good here. It's a little, it rocks a little bit. This will need to be sanded flat. I'm chiseling it a little bit up to that line. It's fitting pretty good now. It's going to go right there, back where it was. Next time you see this, it should be glued there. Fitting this treble cap here. This should be the last time I do this. Fits good, doesn't rock. You can see everywhere it touches. This is all just blue chalk. So I scrape away all that blue. I think this is the last time. It fits good, it doesn't rock anymore. That's solid. So that should be it. Just glued both of these down. It went smoothly. They seem to be where they want to be. That's where they were. Okay, here is the last piece, I think, for the soundboard on that Mason and Hamlin. Goes in the corner. Cleaned up these screws. Fit there. I think I'm just going to sand this, because every other piece I've tried to strip, the finish just doesn't come off. Whatever this finish is. So that should be pretty easy. Just quick sanding, smoothing it out, and we'll put a nice coat of shellac on there and put it back. Just glued in these two little pieces back here. Put the screws in also. Nice shellac on the screws so they don't get all rusty. Those blocks there to help hold it down, it was a little springy. It kept wanting to pop up. So that holds it down. That should be very solid. These screws help hold the soundboard to the rim. That's what they wanted. This whole board is seriously secured to the rim. There's screws under there. There's screws along this whole edge here. These buttons. Number 29, Recron. You might not be able to tell, but it does have nice curve in there. Oops. We'll get the crown measuring device soon, and we can see just how much crown it has. I think next this is going to get some fine sanding, sand out these pencil marks that we had that aided in the gluing of the soundboard to the rim with our clamp jigs and such. The soundboard will be coming along quite nicely. These are looking good. Nice shiny screws there. That one's a little dirty. Might be able to take that one out and respin it. These look nice. Nice bridge still. Beautiful. I think that's it for the soundboard at the moment. I'm waiting for that to dry over there. I'll start sanding this soon. I think the next major thing to fix on this case is this pin block. It's going to get replaced. Most of these pinholes are in good shape. think down here is the only bad area. These cracks here run fairly far down into the pinholes. Finally time to put the first coat of shellac on. You should suck this right up into the wood. We'll come back later and put a second application on it. Perfect. There we go. Good wood, but it had, I think, 4 or 5 pins in here, and can't trust it. Cracks. It's not in real bad shape, but like I said, the tuning pins were at the biggest size. I think there were 5s in here, so wow. Maybe I could take this veneer off, pour water in here. Almost all off. Look, almost this whole thing is loose. It wasn't the glue let go.
Oh yeah. Well, that's the veneer on the inner face.
Yeah, I might be able to save this.
You might.
Pour water in here. Steam in here. Pour steam behind. See, I'll let go already.
No doweling?
Oh
yeah, there's one.
There.
There's one.
Yeah, I'll steam this off.
Yeah, steam that off. Well, yeah, you can save this.
Yeah, put this back.
Save that, no problem.
Put your water thing out there.
Just, I mean, it's a, you know.
Tomorrow, steam this out. Okay. This works pretty well. We cut this off as thin as possible, and the steam goes right through the wood like this, see? Now, normally, we wouldn't remove this veneer here, but it was loose. Loose everywhere. And in fact, the pin block, if you look here, the veneer let go and the pin block let go with it. So it wasn't caught. So we're going to take this off and re-veneer it, and it'll be solid again. And this is how we take this off. It's a little bit better than chiseling sometimes. Does it pretty fast, very clean. See, just get it loosened up here and pops right off. Oops, our sign got ruined. Anyways, that's what we're going to do with this. Once this is off, this backing veneer will pretty much fall right off. See how that just unglues? Isn't that nice? A little water in here like this.
We got our shield here to protect our key bed. And the end grain on the pin block sucks it right up and blows it apart. Even around these dowels here. So we have a lot of veneer. See how this pulls it right off? Look at that, huh? It's going to be easy. I think this is loose already. Yeah, look at it. See? Oh yeah, some of the veneer is coming up with it, but we don't care. We have beautiful veneer for this, and luckily it's a black piano, you know. So we'll just get all of this off of here, wash it off, and we'll put some new stuff.
Nice and clean now. Nice bare wood. We'll pull those dowels out in a bit. Get ready to put some veneer back on. Very clean. One thing we noticed, this pin block piece here, this went here. It looks like it wasn't fit too well. You can see that line there. That is a piece that was added by the factory, most likely. There was a big space in this corner. It wasn't fit tight against the wall. They added that fairly large shim to make up the space. It's kind of odd. It looks good though. Almost no damage. Tiny bit there. It doesn't matter. That's okay. It's better than using a chisel.
Make sure you get it all the glue in the right place here. A little bit on here. That's good enough. Make sure we got enough glue in here so it squishes out all over the place. Make sure it's in the right place. Looks pretty good. Troublesome.
Slid over.
Troublesome sliding around.
Here, I'll put this down and assist. Here we go. I think we got it this time. If this doesn't slide.
Cameraman had to give some assistance here. There we go. Oh, that's pretty good. Very good. Alright.
Now we'll wipe up the glue, like usual. For some reason they have this maple here that's proud. Makes it a little more tricky to put this sub veneer on. But it looks like we got it over there. That's good. That's pretty good. Nice and warm, nice piece that fits. Oh, shrank a lot. You got more of that wood?
So,
Yeah.
glue will put a piece in there. Okay. You'll probably swallow it by the time you get the glue glued in. Perfect spot for it. It's going to lay it down because I got to do that pinblock fitting. But this is a good spot for now.
Good.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Whew. Nice casting, huh?
Good. Here's the plate. Big plate.
Beautiful casting. I say it's 1930, this one? Or the 30th piano? No.
30. 1930.
30. The last piano to leave Rochester, right? No. Boston. The last piano, right? Last concert grand? Huh.
Sometimes there's cool markings under these. Numbers. Here's all the feet that the dowels sit on. Look how thick they are. This plate is outrageously heavy duty. This is kind of hard to see. This is all just thick cast iron. Everything's really thick. Just this plate weighs as much as some entire pianos. Maybe like pushing 500 pounds. It'd be interesting to weigh. We don't have a scale though. We can see it. Now this is like, it's pretty serious. So we're going to start working on this. It's about time. There's the number. 1466 CC. There's not too many letters on this plate. That's nice. Some plates have so many letters. They're very difficult. So that's it for now. Even the A-graphs in this plate are heavy duty, seem to be overbuilt. They're much bigger than normal. This is a box of miscellaneous A-graphs that's just hanging around. This one looks pretty big. You can tell the threaded rod is bigger. Everything's just thicker on this piano. Seems like everything is just more. Make sure I got the right one. Yep, that's the right one. This goes in here. Keep them in order. Just one more thing about this piano. Everything's heavy duty. Here we have dye stain, ultramarine blue. Nice stuff. We paint this on the plate with a little bit of water, and then we put the pin block in there, and we see where it's touching. And we scrape away everywhere it's touching, and then we put it back in. We clamp it in. Takes some time. It's been in and out of the plate about 9 times now, and it's starting to touch almost everywhere in here. This is kind of annoying, this step. Weird steps. This plate's not too difficult. It's fairly straight. Some of them are very ridiculous. So that's what's going on right now. Pin block fitment. We can take a closer look at this plate here. If you're into cast iron castings, this is a pretty serious one. Everything's really thick. Reinforcements, relief points. This is a serious plate. Might have said it before, but this plate must weigh as much as some entire pianos. It's kind of ridiculous. Here we have the number. All these feet. It's interesting to see how these are about a 1/4 inch off the plate, and then here it's almost an inch, 3/4 of an inch. They go up and then they go back down to almost nothing. Here's the old block. That's what we're duplicating. We have these numbers from the factory. These are underneath most plates, just like this. It seems like they always, whatever this white stuff is what they put on the plate at some point in the process, and they just put this on by hand. I believe it looks like a finger. Put that on. That looks like chalk. That's chalk. It's a pretty serious plate. How thick everything is. So the pin block is coming along, and we can put it back in the case and then start cleaning this plate up and putting our own bronze powder on it. And it should be looking very good once we do that. Hopefully that happens soon. We also have these aliquots, or agraffs. That's what they are. Kind of funky. They're not like this one. Why would that be out of line? It's like they didn't have any room. They're really, really close to each other. I think we're going to leave these in. We might clean them up a little bit. Some of them are kind of dented. Those are difficult to take out and put back in the right spot. So we're going to leave those. I think that's it for now. We'll keep working on this pin block here. It's getting there. Sand this off, scrape off all the blue, put it back in, and do it again. The pin block is starting to touch just about everywhere. Everywhere it's blue is where it is touching the plate over there. Looks very even. A little more here it needs to touch. What he's doing is scraping away everywhere it's touching. How many times has this been in the plate? Back in and out?
I don't know, about a dozen.
That's a lot. Almost there.
Oh yeah, just double C Mason here. We cleaned off the key bed, dug all the dirt out of these cracks here. They were full right to the top with everything. And we washed it good and scraped the paint off. They had painted this with black paint all the way up to here. It's supposed to be up to here. Now these dogs here, these action things, I thought they were glued, but they're not. So I'm going to take them out and clean them up. They're really yucky and rusty as heck. So we're going to clean up these screws and clean these up here, make them nice and clean and put them back. I thought they were glued in, but they're not. So we're going to wash this here and do a thorough job. We might as well, seeing how difficult to take them out after the dampers are in. It's almost impossible, so we're going to clean these out. We just put the reference numbers in them just now with our super stamps. So that's it. Another thing done. Yes, we just noticed this. I was wondering why this was up here. There's a piece of metal here. It's a large screw coming from down below, probably to hold the leg plate on, or the leg console. Anyway, somebody came right through here and it's been filed off. They must have had fun getting the action out. And this is all disrupted here. This is up higher than it's supposed to be. So that must have really wreaked havoc with the action regulation for a long time here, being high. Oh well, things are fine. We'll have to put that back down after. These little blocks were very dirty, very rusty. There was dirt trapped underneath them down here. And I wasn't going to take them off because they're usually glued, but these weren't glued. I was surprised. They just popped right off. So we cleaned up the screws and re-graphited the areas that needed to be. And now we're ready to put them back in. And as you can see, the key bed is nice and clean. And we got right there. So that's part of it. It's all in the details, there's little things. But there you have it.
Okay, after many times putting this pin block in the plate and then scraping this blue paint off to make sure it's touching everywhere, we are happy with the results. It's touching just about everywhere. Now we have this glowing blue plate. We're going to clean this off quickly here, and then we can start cleaning the plate and prepare to glue the pin block into the case.